Hello friends, and welcome to my terribly lit kitchen. In this video I'm going to cook a very budget-friendly recipe, and I'm going to be trying it for the first time. It's a Czech potato soup. It's a recipe from my Czech cookbook that I got many years ago. I love that book so much, and it's a very simple recipe, very budget-friendly. And stay tuned for the end when I do all the calculations of the cost, because honestly I do not know from the top of my head right now how much it would cost, but it's very budget friendly because you will see that it has very simple ingredients and not many ingredients, but it's a combination of ingredients that personally I haven't tried so far, so I'm very excited to try it out. So I have all my ingredients laid out here. The quantities in the recipe are for 4 to 6 portions, and the ingredients that it calls for are 300 grams peeled potatoes. I have more here just because these potatoes have a lot of rotten parts, and I will need to get rid of those, and this will be reduced, I think, to about 300 grams. Also 200 grams of the other vegetables, which are carrots, celery. There's a stick in here. It says celeriac, which I think it's the root of the celery, but you can hardly find that in Houston, so I just put a celery stick. The taste and flavor are pretty much similar, not the same, but you know, it's celery, it's the same plant. Also, I have leeks, and I think I'm gonna use one of these leeks and save the other two maybe to do a leek soup, which is a different recipe from a different book that I haven't tried in a while. So leeks, and also small onion. I'm just gonna use half of it. 40 grams of flour to make a roux for the base of the soup, and honestly I did not measure these, I just eyeballed it, so fingers crossed. 3 teaspoons of oil, also for the roux. 3 garlic cloves. Some cabbage. The recipe calls for curly cabbage, but I had this huge cabbage, and you know, it's gonna be a good opportunity to use up some of it. And marjoram, which is the main herb used in this soup, and it's exciting because I've never eaten anything with marjoram. It also calls for 700 milliliters of water, salt obviously, and chives, which I don't have, but I have green onions, so that's pretty similar to garnish it. Also, the recipe calls for 10 grams of dried mushrooms, which I don't have, but I have these fresh mushrooms, and these are 227 grams. So I think I'm going to use a third or maybe even half of these mushrooms, and I'm going to saute them a little bit before adding them to the soup, just because I want them to have that little golden brown color and be more flavored. So let's get into the cooking. Okay, so first and foremost, I am sauteing my mushrooms in a little bit of oil, and I haven't even finished chopping all the vegetables because this needs to be done while I'm chopping the other vegetables. I have all my veggies very aesthetically cut and portioned into bowls, except for the garlic, because even if I'm trying to make this as aesthetically pleasing as possible, it would be quite ridiculous to consume another bowl just for 3 cloves of garlic. In the meantime, my mushrooms are sauteed to the desired consistency, desired by me. They kind of look like the ones in the photos now. We have a medium soup pot that is also non-stick, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create the roux with the oil and the flour. Correction, it's actually saying that you should add the flour and the onion to create a white roux. It's interesting, I've never had the onion in the roux preparation, but well, I just put it here, and I'm gonna add the flour now. This is how it's looking so far, and then I'm going to add some water. Added just a little bit of water at the time to thin this out. Okay, more water is needed. And honestly, I think the total quantity of water in the soup is gonna be more than 700 milliliters, because my veggies ended up being more than the quantity in the recipe. This is why I feel the need to buy a kitchen scale, because all the European recipes are in grams and it's really annoying trying to figure out. I added my leeks and now I'm gonna go ahead and add all the other vegetables in the mushrooms and more water, obviously. But this is how it's supposed to look, I think. Just homogenize all the flour, the roux, just have everything be like a creamy, I guess, consistency. It's not creamy, it's just not completely watery. All the veggies are in, and obviously we need more water. This is not a soup, this is a stew, and we don't want a stew, we want a soup. So we'll add more water in a second. But it's looking so colorful and pretty and aesthetically pleasing so far. I'm honestly not the hugest fan of just veggie-based soups, but I'm trying to be open to new things. Oh, and hot tip, boil as much water as possible in your kettle and don't add cold water to your ongoing soups, just because you don't want the boiling process in the pot to stop. You want it going, otherwise you're gonna, I guess, waste some time. Okay, now it feels more like a soup, but I think I'm gonna add even more water just because this is going to get thicker as it boils. And now I'm going to let it boil for, I'll try 20 or 25 minutes. Should be enough. We'll check back later. Oh, and this is also when you add the salt. Oops. And now you're supposed to simmer it until the veggies are soft, which, as I said, 20-25 minutes. And this is the product with the 20 minutes lapsed. And now I'm going to add the garlic and the marjoram and just simmer for 2 more minutes, and that is it. And then we're gonna garnish with the green onions. Okay, and this is our finished product. Full disclosure, I had to make a little bit more roux because, of course, I had added a lot more water, and the roux quantity was the one from the recipe, which was not enough for how much water I added. So I made a little bit more roux on the side and just added it to the soup like midway. And this is how it looks with the marjoram and the garlic. And also, I was kind of worried that it was too white and it wasn't quite as, beige brownie like the photo, but I think it got there-ish eventually. And I think what I would have needed to do would have been to really toast the flour a little bit more before adding, water and stuff. Anyway, we'll see how this looks plated. Let's do an analysis of the plate. Creaminess, colorfulness, vegginess. Let's see what is the feedback on this new recipe that has never been tried in our household. Let's see a taste test. Oops. Okay, we have a spoon here. Sorry.
Thick, 2 C's. Nice temperature. Very herby. Of course, all the prototypical ingredients. Not asparagus. What's
Celery.
Celery. Long and green. Celery, patates, and Constantine's favorite.
Carrots.
With some cabbage, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, the Czechs knew what's up. Dude, check mark.
Check mark.
Oh, mushies. Mmm. Mmm. Creamy, succulent, light on the salt.
I mean, yeah, I wanted to make it baby friendly.
Baby friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, how could we forget our friend the onion?
So what's the verdict? Is it approved?
This is approved and exported.
Exported. Oh, I forgot to garnish it with chives. Okay, I'll garnish my
Chiveless.
plate. And also take a photo. Oh, also, look at this. Look at this.
For the baby.
Look at this. Someone's way ahead.
Oh my god, he just got it all
He
fucked
actually
up.
devoured it. Of course, especially the carrots, but yeah. I would say this is successful. And this is with the chives. I mean, they're not chives, they're green onions, but imagine that they are chives. Anyway, this is looking very nice and colorful. And our son, in the meantime, while I was filming this, he actually literally devoured his bowl and finished it, which is very exciting for me because, you know, 18 months old.
Very validating.
Very validating. If your toddler eats your food, you did something right. Taste test. What I love the most about it is it tastes very mushroomy, and I am crazy about mushrooms. So this is actually awesome. I thought it would be very insipid because I didn't put any bouillon in it, and I put bouillon in every soup that I make. But holy shit, this is good. Now let us go into the cost breakdown.
To the deep unknown.
To the deep unknown, because I still don't know the cost breakdown. This is gonna be editing Ella researching prices online. That was it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it and enjoyed this kind of shorter, to the point cooking videos. I'm gonna try to make more of these upcoming with some budget recipes and also some new stuff that I want to experiment with, because I feel like our kitchen life is kind of boring lately. If you like this type of content, don't forget to click like to this video, comment, and let me know what you thought of the recipe. If there are any Czech people in watching this, let me know what I did right and what I did wrong. And until next time, bye-bye.